Hi, Dave Roscoe here. It is Friday, August 8th, 2025, and this will be my last update before I leave for vacation. As some of you may know, I'm going to be gone until the 23rd. So, if anything major happens, maybe I'll pop on. I'm going to be in Hawaii, so maybe I'll give you guys a video from the beach. I don't know. I'm not making any promises. I'm really looking forward to some downtime. I need it. I also got a email from the Pi Network, which of course I immediately went and verified that it was legit. And it's an interesting email, and we'll see if you agree. But first, the metrics. My anti-scammer bot is at 3 wins, 2 losses, and I've got a bunch of unlocks coming up. If you're hearing this and you have a compromised wallet or suspect you do, reach out to me and maybe I can help you. The passphrase recovery is still at 1 win. I tried it 2 more times without a win, but then I found a bug in the cryptographic code that I was using. So it turns out I wasn't necessarily searching the entire space. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to make some tweaks and hopefully improve that. The circulating supply is 7.7 billion Pi. And there were 11,813 user accounts migrated yesterday, totaling 5.8 million Pi. There is currently 14.9 million Pi in the Pi migration wallet, and migrations are not happening right now. The last migration was about 7 hours ago, maybe 8 hours now. So they're on some kind of weird schedule, but they're definitely like rolling something out. They're as you can tell, they put out some info about the on-ramper rollout, but yet they haven't updated their blog post yet. They put out an announcement on X, and there's also a new graphic on the homepage that doesn't take you to any new info. I expect that the blog post will be updated at some point. So they're definitely doing some work behind the scenes. The migrated unlocked rewards are at 2.58 billion Pi, with 3.2 million Pi unlocked in the last 24 hours and now free to be traded on the open markets. Looking at the price action, the Pi coin is currently trading at 36 cents, which is up 1.6% from this time yesterday. The market cap is at $2.81 billion, which is also up 1.6%. The daily trading volume is at $67.95 million, which is up 9.97%. It's not great volume, but it's definitely going up, and you can see it in the chart. You can see there's been a bump here, and it's starting to fade down a little bit. So we'll see how it is. Fridays tend to be volatile for crypto, and if the volume drops, then we could be in for some trouble. But I sat in on a trading session with Bullish Babe on Wolfpack this morning, and she actually thought the Pi coin looked a little bit promising this morning. It's definitely up a little bit from where it's been. It's currently sitting on the 21-day moving average, which is kind of interesting. If it breaks up, then we're looking at a intermediate target of about 39 cents, and it could go higher from there. But that will be the first target that it'll hit and probably vacillate on until it makes up its mind about what it wants to do next. But if it breaks down, we're looking at a retest to around 33 cents. But she is seeing some indication that it's looking slightly better to go up than down. So we'll have to see how that goes. So I got this email from the Pi Network yesterday, and it says, "Hi, David Roscoe. As Pi grows in visibility." They should have said, "Hi, Dave Roscoe here," but no, that would be me. Never mind. "Hi, David Roscoe. As Pi grows in visibility, so does the spread of misinformation across public forums. To protect the integrity of the project and educate the broader public, now that Pi has launched Open Network, we invite those who are willing and informed to take action." Now, this is funny, right? Here we are in August. It's been almost 6 months since the coin went live, and the negative news has been coming out nonstop since day one. And they're talking about this as if it were something new. In fact, the negative news about pi has largely gone down from compared to what it was. I mean, that was the whole reason I got into this, was because there was just so much bad information out there. And I wanted to combat that. And, you still see some, but it's gotten much better. So I don't know, maybe they're just a little late on their messaging. I don't know. Pi's superpower has always been its community, and the community can make an impact on spreading truthful information about Pi. Well, that's true, right? That's what they tout all the time. And that's what I'm doing. What you can do: published fact-based content. If you have your own site or blog, consider creating a post that explains Pi's current development stage, mainnet status, KYC process, and the network's goals. Use only information from official announcements and communications. Well, if that were what we were limited to, you could probably do a show every month or 6 months and have some new information. I don't think I'm going to limit myself to the official announcements. Just saying. Number 2, correct misleading posts. When you see misinformation on platforms like Binance Square, Reddit, CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, or elsewhere, drop a thoughtful, fact-based comment. Make sure to comply with the rules and guidelines of each specific platform. You can link official Pi resources to provide clarity. Yeah, that's going to go over really well. I mean, when's the last time you tried to correct anybody on any social media site and had that go well? No, I mean, all you can really do, unless you're like, just don't care, right? You can just post it out there and then walk away. I try to do that, but then I get pissed off because people are idiots and they respond badly and they just don't seem to have a clue, which is why I'm not really much of a social media guy. Number 3, engage respectfully. Focus on education, not argument. Be accurate, calm, and constructive. This isn't about debating critics. It's about informing readers who may be misled. True. Report your contribution. To help track your effort, you can log what misinformation you addressed and how you addressed it here. And there's a link to a contribution form. Now, why would I need this to track my efforts? Isn't this more for Pi Network to get an idea of what's being said about them out there? I don't know. That was kind of strange wording. This effort is completely voluntary and not affiliated with or sponsored by the core team or Pi Network. There are no promised rewards. It's simply an opportunity to contribute to the health and understanding of the Pi ecosystem. Yeah, I'm already doing that. And it has nothing to do with whether the Pi core team is going to recognize my efforts. Important: this is not an organized campaign or content push. It's simply an open call for individual pioneers to respond when and where they see misinformation, using truth and facts consistent with official communications. Thanks for standing up for accuracy and supporting the Pi ecosystem. Thank you, the Pi core team. So that was an interesting email. Now, I don't know if any of you recall, but at one point they announced this idea of a influencer group or program, and you could apply and give them your social media information. And supposedly they were going to do some kind of influencer thing, but that appears to be dead. And this email kind of cements that. I don't know why they decided to pull the plug on it. And maybe just the idea of actually sharing information openly and regularly was just too much for them to handle, because we know their track record. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. If anything breaks, I'll be sure to hop on here and let you know. But remember, I'm on vacation all next week, so I won't be doing daily videos. And I'll be back on the 23rd. So don't panic. Stay the course. I'm still watching. And remember, the success of the Pi Network begins with you. Pi to the moon. Peace.